Manny because he wants to connect and talk and kind of like see what you do and like something he want and like talking about like it's gonna be something he's interested in kind of what you do.
Yeah.
And it will be a boomer.
Yeah, let's do it. You know, I work with anybody. Cause I don't hate on anybody. You know what I mean? But when niggas start hating on me, I figured like this, right? I must be doing something good.
And my cousin Manny's a fucking talker.
I must be doing something good around here. You know what I mean? A vampire life. Must be doing something good. You know what I mean? They must see something that's scaring them away. They don't want, But I digress, man. I don't be liking the slave, plantation, the plantation field nigga attitudes that a lot of us got, man. It's wrapped in our DNA, man. It sucks, bro. We try to reach out and be cool with niggas, and niggas rather take, you know what I mean? You know, I don't know, man. Niggas got states separating us, nigga. I just come out and say something, but you know what I mean? But it is what it is. I digress. But anyway, man, we gonna hop into it. So yeah, I did a live stream earlier regarding your man the Diddler. Let's go see if we can find some information on what's going on. And by the way, I am going to be one second. Right now, I'm on Riverside FM as well. I'm streaming directly to my Spotify. So please. Okay, this is about to sound lit. Yes, indeed. All right, y'all. So, guess what? Y'all about to get my intro popping. Watch this. Ooh, 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 ooh. And this is why they scared. You feel me? Cause your boy got juice. Yes, I got juice. I got a little bit of juice. Okay. So let's walk into the studio. Okay. So yeah, I use StreamYard to stream directly to my YouTube page. And actually, I should stream to my Facebook page. Mm-mm. Indeed, 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 indeed. Yeah, yeah. I actually got her the AirPods for getting on the road because shout out to my baby. She's doing what she's supposed to do. And that's what a daddy does. You dig? Uh, I'll post a comment there. Okay. Anywho.
YouTube right now, babe.
Say that?
On YouTube right now.
Yeah, I'm on YouTube right now. You know.
Oh, I gotta plug in the phone. I'm gonna die.
Here, you want the
Oh, I got one here, babe. Oh, it died. Son of a beast, habbers.
What about my tablet?
Oh no, it didn't. I forget. I was on my phone. But in a dream, right?
Mm-hmm. Yo, it's your boy, Sherry. I am 5G. That's 5G. I am your host of A Quarter in a Dream podcast. We rocking on Spotify, and that is thanks to you, the listener. So, without further ado, let's just hop directly into it. I am actually streaming on YouTube as I simultaneously record a podcast. So, anyhow, what's going on, dreamers? You know how I'm doing. So, I actually recorded a little earlier. A situation has transpired in LA and Miami. Basically, Diddy, or the Diddler, as I would like to call him, that nigga's under fire. Yes, he is under fire, y'all. Um, I want to, I want to say around uh, 4 p.m., 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I received a text. I thought I was being trolled. I thought it was going down. I said, "Yo, breaking news! Turn on your TV. Uh, Homeland Security's going after Diddy." So I said, "No, it cannot be. It cannot be the Diddler." Sure enough, it was the Diddler, and they hit two mansions. One was owned by his son, and the other was in Miami. Not sure what the who or the item that was the uh, focus of the search warrant, but we know they stormed in there pretty deep. It was very coordinated from the looks of it. And Diddy had just gotten on a private jet and flown himself. Well, not himself, obviously, but he was probably having a freak off in the back of the private jet and flew himself to New York. Um, but we're gonna go and double check and see what's going down right now because guess what? We want to know what's going on, don't we? Yes, we do. So let's see. Okay, and let's see. Diddy and Meek Mill audio leaked. What? No. We'll start off with the Diddy raid. There's so much to cover. There is so much to cover. Now this is nuts, man. Diddy's mention just got raided. You know what? Live viewers, shout out to Sherry. I am 5G. My wife's watching me. Baby, she's always supporting. Thank you so much, my love. You know what I mean? When the world hates on your boy, I can always find solace in my baby. Solace in my baby. Okay. So what was you know what? I totally just forgot what I was going to do. Okay, Riverside FM. All right. Sorry, podcasters. This is definitely going to have to go down. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut this up. But let's start off with right here. Let's start off with TMZ. We're not getting any. Huh? All right. So, okay. We're going to have to end the session.
I put that deodorant on and
No. All right. This is crazy. Oh, dude. Whoa there. Oh, they doing them all the way dirty. Coast Guard. Guilty by association.
Wix is your platform to perform on.
We're following a developing story in Southern California where Homeland Security agents have raided the home of rapper Diddy Combs, as well as his studio in Miami as part of an ongoing sex trafficking investigation. Reporter Haley Winslow from our sister station in Los Angeles joins us now with the latest on what's happening. Haley.
Julie, it's been a pretty exciting afternoon to say the least. We actually came in the convoy in the middle of all of it with hundreds of undercover officers in their vehicles and Bearcats. We got a tip and we're kind of standing by for a while. So I was really the only TV reporter here for about an hour and a half as this all unfolded on our station Fox 11. So we saw them jump out of the vehicles, put the crime scene tape up, and with huge guns basically go into one of the biggest celebrities in the world, Diddy Combs.
I was shocked. I was taken back. I was really shocked. I mean, I never even expected this to happen.
More people coming out. Who's this guy? Yeah, they're all kind of dressed alike.
Definitely shocking and hectic out here in Holmby Hills at one of Sean Diddy Combs' homes. We were first on scene as it all unfolded. We came right in the middle of the convoy of about 40 undercover law enforcement vehicles before they even put up the crime scene tape. The Department of Homeland Security making a big bust, officers say, in connection to a sex trafficking investigation. While it was all happening, investigators were also raiding his home in Miami. Homeland Security has not yet released details or named Diddy as the focus of the investigation. The 20-year-old Ryan Mendelson, he's lived nearby his whole life, and he often visits his best friend just a few doors down.
But I've seen one maybe once a week, girls lingering outside. I drive by a lot, and I see that a lot of girls, maybe 5 or 6 girls outside. Some leaving, some not, some going in, black Suburbans. Never know. I never thought anything of it, but now this is crazy. I mean,
as we broke word on scene and from Skyfox, Mapleton Drive near Sunset and Beverly Glen became a madhouse. And as more Bearcats and undercover cops pulled in, so did the swarms of onlookers, even a celebrity tour bus.
We all have to keep our minds open to what's going on here.
Well, this is from Brooklyn, though. Leave Puffy alone, man. Y'all crazy.
Definitely an unexpected added bonus for the people on that celebrity tour bus that goes through here. This neighborhood is home to a lot of celebrities. In fact, it's actually not gated, but his home, of course, is gated, and we're told that there's actually a guard there. We have reached out to Diddy and to his representatives for comment. We have not yet heard back. I'm Haley Winslow here in Holmby Hills in Los Angeles. Julie and Mike, back to you.
Yeah, this is all tied to a series of allegations and lawsuits. Like you said, you've reached out but haven't heard back. The man in your piece that we saw them looking like they were taking someone into custody, was that person arrested or just apprehended while the search crews went into the home?
Just detained. So there were 3 people from our helicopter. It showed 3 people coming out of that home. They basically went in, they went to the back over by the pool, Julie, and they detained 3 people inside there. Diddy was not here at the time. I think he was in New York. They also, of course, raided his home on the East Coast in Miami. But the people that they took out of those homes, out of that home, excuse me, we don't yet know if they will be arrested. Right now, they're just brought in for questioning.
And you've been out there all day. What are they doing right now? Are they carrying things out, or are they just still kind of staking out and covering, tying up the neighborhood?
They looking for everything that this nigga done busted down. The diddler himself. Man, this shit's crazy. Now, again, I just want to stress, right, that like there will always be a judgment from God, right? So y'all can do all the partying and bullshitting y'all want in y'all little 100 years on Earth, but you gotta visit the man for final reckoning, bro. You gotta meet the son, bro. So, again, y'all niggas can party off and freak off and do all that ungodly shit all y'all want. But that's a bad hit, bro. That's a bad hit for you, my man. But all right. So we back in Riverside. Please pardon me while I go ahead and start my podcasting. Yes, I am using my headphones.
Oh, I wrote as you. I remove it.
You don't remove what?
I wrote a thing, but it came up as.
Don't worry, we're gonna get you more information.
That was I want to know like really what. Recent on Sean Diddy Combs, the hip hop billionaire who played a major role in commercializing rap, has become a subject of justice and sexual misconduct, including rape and assault.
Yo, this is your boy, Sari I am 5G, that's 5 for 5G, and I am your host. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of A Quarter in a Dream, the podcast for the culture, the podcast for the dreamers. And tonight, boy, Vicus, we have a burner for you. 5 o'clock comes around, pick it up in the house, and I get an alert. Boop. I check the alert. Yo, turn on the TV. They raiding Diddy. They raiding Diddy for what? They raiding Diddy for some sex trafficking shit, huh? You lie. I get to doing my thing. And I got a bunch of people hitting me up, my sources. Yo, listen, boom, boom, boom. Doing this, doing that, nah. So at first, I'm like, yo, I couldn't find anything on it. And then slowly but surely, it starts popping up. And I'm like, holy cow. This has got to be the universe really showing who's in charge, right? Because I didn't think he would ever get caught up for the atrocious shit he's being accused of. The freak offs, ordering prostitutes for, his women friends. Like, it's crazy. So allegedly, they stormed his LA and Miami mansions. Um, they executed a simultaneous raid. They had a search warrant. We're still waiting to see what the search warrant was for. Diddy is not in custody. Allegedly, he fled the country. He was on a private jet shortly before the raid, so he may have been tipped off. I mean, it wouldn't be too out of line, seeing as how, he's got that much money. But again, this is from Homeland Security, so they're saying that this is a couple months long, or a few months of investigations that culminated in this warrant being executed. And when the feds are doing investigations, believe you me, they crossing their T's and they dotting their I's, all right? For real. They had people in there working overtime. Them niggas in there, them agents that was in there working on Puffy's case was more tied to the Board of Health, man, like Ro would say. Let me tell you, I just know it. I just know it. So, and there's no statute of limitations on SA. So, and I say SA because I'm also simultaneously streaming to YouTube, so I gotta watch my language for the tubers. But yeah, there's no statute of limitations on SA, but they do hold a hefty charge. So, my man, yeah, he has to pay the piper. Oh, he's going to see the Pied Piper, Mr. R. Kelly. Him and R. Kelly gonna be cellmates. Yeah. Like my thing shows like what? But you know how it goes. If they're not hating on you, you're not doing it right. If you don't threaten their livelihood, you're not doing it right. But anyway, it is what it is, and so it shall be. So, yeah. So I got the information. Let me see if I can go ahead, share the screen, get y'all the information played back for you guys.
In Southern California, where Homeland Security agents have raided the home of rapper Sean Diddy Combs, as well as his studio in Miami as part of an ongoing sex trafficking investigation. Reporter Haley Winslow from our sister station in Los Angeles joins us now with the latest on what's happening. Haley.
Julie, it's been a pretty exciting afternoon to say the least. We actually came in the convoy in the middle of all of it with hundreds of undercover officers in their vehicles and Bearcats. We got a tip and we're kind of standing by for a while. So I was really the only TV reporter here for about an hour and a half as this all unfolded on our station Fox 11. So we saw them jump out of the vehicles, put the crime scene tape up, and with huge guns basically go into one of the biggest celebrities in the world, Sean Diddy Combs.
I was shocked. I was taken back. I was really shocked. I mean, I never even expected this to happen.
More people coming out. Who's this guy? Yeah, they're all kind of dressed alike.
Definitely shocking and hectic out here in Holmby Hills at one of Sean Diddy Combs' homes. We were first on scene as it all unfolded. We came right in the middle of the convoy of about 40 undercover law enforcement vehicles before they even put up the crime scene tape. The Department of Homeland Security making a big bust, officers say, in connection to a sex trafficking investigation. While it was all happening, investigators were also raiding his home in Miami. Homeland Security has not yet released details or named Diddy as the focus of the investigation. The 20-year-old Ryan Mendelson, he's lived nearby his whole life, and he often visits his best friend just a few doors down.
But I've seen maybe once a week girls lingering outside. I drive by a lot, and I see that a lot of girls, maybe 5 or 6 girls outside, some leaving, some not, some going in, black Suburbans. Never know. I never thought anything of it, but now this is crazy. I mean,
as we broke word on scene and from Skyfox, Mapleton Drive near Sunset and Beverly Glen became a madhouse. And as more Bearcats and undercover cops pulled in, so did the swarms of onlookers, even a celebrity tour bus.
We all have to keep our minds open to what's going on here. And
Well, this is from Brooklyn, though. Leave Puffy alone, man. Y'all crazy.
Definitely an unexpected added bonus for the people on that celebrity tour bus that goes through here. This neighborhood is home to a lot of celebrities. In fact, it's actually not gated, but his home, of course, is gated, and we're told that there's actually a guard there. We have reached out to Diddy and to his representatives for comment. We have not yet heard back. I'm Haley Winslow here in Holmby Hills in Los Angeles. Julie and Mike, back to you.
Yeah, this is all tied to a series of allegations and lawsuits. Like you said, you've reached out but haven't heard back. The man in your piece that we saw them looking like they were taking someone into custody, was that person arrested or just apprehended while the search crews went into the home?
Just detained. So there were 3 people from our helicopter, showed 3 people coming out of that home. They basically went in, they went to the back over by the pool, Julie, and they detained 3 people inside there. Diddy was not here at the time. I think he was in New York. They also, of course, raided his home on the East Coast in Miami. But the people that they took out of those homes, out of that home, excuse me, we don't yet know if they will be arrested. Right now, they're just brought in for questioning.
And you've been out there all day. What are they doing right now? Are they carrying things out, or are they just still kind of staking out and covering, tying up the neighborhood?
I think it's going to be a scene for quite a while. We've been on this since probably started around 10 a.m. We got to the scene here once they all deployed about 1 p.m. And they're still there. All those vehicles basically parked up the hill down the street. Those are all undercover Homeland Security vehicles. And they were bringing stuff out right away, right after they went in and detained those 3 people. They brought out their drones. They put kind of everything back in the vehicles. And then actually a whole nother convoy of about 40 to 50 Bearcats and undercover vehicles came in about 3 o'clock today. I don't know if it was a shift change or whatever, but they're still just kind of here staking it out, I guess getting any kind of evidence they can to figure out exactly what's going on.
All right. Hey.
Okay, so you heard it there. But let me just say this. They're not out getting any kind of evidence they can. Motherfucker, this is Homeland Security. They came looking for certain evidence. They know what they're looking for. They came like this wasn't just one of those knock on the door, hey, it's Puffy home deals. Like, nah, they was hoping to catch his ass, and make a mockery of him all over national TV. That's what the fuck they wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? But again, my man's been perving out to the highest degree of perving. So like, come on, Mr. Diddley, Mr. Diddler Pervington, like you deserve everything that's coming to you. Unfortunately, you just had to be black. That that does kind of rub me the wrong way, because I know he's not the only one in Hollywood that's got the last name Pervington Perv. So America demanded justice, and they gave us a black man. Hey, I guess it's just time for him to pay his dues. But America demands more justice, and I'm telling you that right now. We demand more justice as a father to some loving children, right? I would flip this world upside fucking down. Let something happen to my children. Yeah, it's bigger than us. It's bigger than me. I promise you. I'll go out my body for my children. So, like, we demand more than just, vilifying one guy. Like, see, and unfortunately, right, as a community of people, not blacks, not Latinos, I'm talking about as Americans, right? We have this tendency to get really, really pissed off at some shit, right? And then we start to scare the powers that be, like, oh, there might be a revolt coming, and they do some shit like this, and then everybody calms down. Like, there's still not hundreds of thousands of kids being kidnapped every fucking night. Like, there's not plenty of fucking mothers that are being kidnapped every fucking night. Like, there's not plenty of little girls that will never see their moms and dads again. As a matter of fact, I saw a fucking video on YouTube yesterday, bro, where this woman, she is now an adult. She escaped her fucking persecutors. And don't you know, her dad sold her to this Hollywood asshole. So, like, come on, bro. Like, just because they caught Puffy, that's not enough. America, we still need to be inflamed about this shit. Okay? Because they're hoping that right now, right, they gave us a big fish, right? They gave us a big wig. No, the fuck they didn't, because Puffy don't mean nothing to the white world. Let's just be honest. But as far as pedophilia goes, as far as pedos go, excuse my language. Sorry, I don't want to get striked on YouTube. As far as diddlers go, listen, bro, we'll take whoever. We'll take whoever. Diddlers can't live nowhere. We'll take whoever. But at the end of the day, bro, you can't give us Puffy and expect that, like, yo, as a nation, we're just gonna turn the blind eye to your Ellen DeGenereses, your Jay-Z's, your motherfucking your Freak Mills, or your Tom Hankses, or none of that. None of that. We cannot, America. So yes, we can take this as a small win for our women and children that are going missing. But dog, we gotta stay true to the path, bro, because they do this all the time, right? Didn't they give us Obama? They gave us Obama when we started getting pissed off about the state of the nation. They gave us Obama, right? So you got to start watching these trends, bro. You got to start watching these trends. And I'm talking so much shit, I might be about to get my ass shadow banned. But at least on Spotify, we trending up. Thank you for everybody that be listening on Spotify. Sorry, I'm taking the videos off of Spotify and transferring them over to my YouTube. I'm trying to drive the traffic over to YouTube. So I hope you understand, dreamers. But yeah, man. I'm making impressions like a motherfucker. Uh, in the last 2 weeks we've made over 2,000 impressions, and that's thanks to you, the listener. Yeah, you. That's gonna click play as soon as you get that notification that the podcast has dropped a new episode, and I'm forever in your debt, for real, for real. But let's see what else we can find, because yo, it's real serious for your boy, and we're gonna touch topics because we got some pizzazz for you. So I guess Whack 100 and Fynesse2times is going at it. Uh, yeah, doesn't really surprise me much, but it is what it is. So let me see what else we could dig up on your boy Puffy. And actually, what I do want to do is I want to go ahead. I want to go ahead and touch base on, like, what led up to here. So let's start off with the Cassie situation, right? It's me and you. No, are you waiting?
This is like a secret weapon. It's Arcade by Output, one of the greatest plugins that I've ever used. A lot of
Now, I'm not one to gossip, but I will bring you the tea. Welcome to Chronicle Speaks.
Okay, Chronicle Speaks.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
So a 35-page document came across my desk today with Cassie Ventura being the plaintiff and Sean P. Diddy Combs being the defendant. Now, what the heck happened between these two? According to Cassie, Diddy subjected her to a pattern of control and abuse over about a decade, and he vehemently denies these allegations. We're going to jump straight into this story, but before we do, please be sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any news regarding this case and so much more.
Y'all
Now
go
let's
do
get back
that.
into it. In 2022, Mr. Combs received the Lifetime Achievement Award at the BET Awards. During his acceptance speech, Mr. Combs stated, "I have to give a special shout out, thank you, love, to the people that were really there for me." He named a number of people before adding, "and also Cassie for holding me down in the dark times. Love." The truth is, however, is that Cassie, Miss Cassandra Ventura, was held down by Mr. Combs and endured over a decade of his violent behavior and disturbed demands. For Miss Ventura, the dark times were those she spent trapped by Mr. Combs in a cycle of abuse, violence, and sex trafficking. Among other violent and unlawful acts, Mr. Combs raped Miss Ventura in her own home after she tried to leave him, often punched, beat, kicked, and stomped on Miss Ventura, resulting in bruises, burst lips, black eyes, and bleeding. Blew up a man's car after he learned that he was romantically interested in Miss Ventura. Forced Miss Ventura to engage in sex acts with male sex workers while masturbating and filming the encounters. Ran out of his apartment with a firearm in pursuit of a rivalry industry executive whom he learned was nearby. Demanded Miss Ventura to carry his firearm in her purse just to make her uncomfortable and demonstrate how dangerous he is, and introduced Miss Ventura to a lifestyle of excessive alcohol and substance abuse, and required her to procure illicit prescriptions to satisfy his own addiction. So I am going to give you cliff notes because there's no way in the world sis is going to read 35 pages to you guys tonight. So it starts with an introduction of Cassie and Diddy meeting in 2005 when she was 19 and Diddy was 37 years old. He lured her into a fast drug-fueled lifestyle, and he was almost 2 decades her senior. Now, he wanted complete control over her personal life while providing her all the avenues of success as an inspiring artist. But in giving her that, he demanded obedience, loyalty, and silence during their relationship. Now, she said Diddy would go into these violent rages when he would beat her savagely. Now, his staff and employees witnessed this, but with him being Diddy, no one really spoke up on her behalf. After the abuse, he hid her and showered her with gifts, which is typical for a serial abuser. Now, Diddy constantly reminded her that he could do harm to her by requiring her to carry a gun in her purse or by him blowing up the car of a musician that was romantically interested in her. He was abusive sexually, physically, and often made her have unwanted sex with male sex workers. She tried to leave him over and over, but he had a tight hold over her life. She tried to hide from him, but he had networks and affiliations of so many different people, but they would only return her right back to him. Now, there was a time that she thought she had escaped Diddy for good, but she ended up having dinner with him at her home, and he sexually assaulted her over and over as she constantly told him no. Now that everything is done and she's completely gone, the abuse is still haunting her. She needs intensive medical care as well as psychological care. And Cassie wants justice for the decade of her life that she can never get back, that she had to deal with threats of violence, excessive use of drugs, physical and psychological abuse, as well as sexual slavery. Now, according to Ms. Ventura, she brings this action seeking injunctive, declaratory, and monetary relief against defendants in violation of federal sex trafficking laws. Now, Cassie signed a 10-year record deal with Bad Boys in 2006 after Diddy heard her single in a club. Now, Cassie was very naive, so Diddy positioned himself as a father figure in her life, but he became too controlling. Now, 2 years go by, and Diddy is with Kim Porter, and Cassie has her own relationship, but Diddy decided to pursue her anyway. At her 21st birthday party, Diddy pulled Cassie into a bathroom and forcibly kissed her. She ran out of the bathroom in the hotel suite crying. Now, in 2007, he asked to take her out. Now, she couldn't say no because she was afraid of losing her record deal. She said yes, and he picked her up, but he was already inebriated.
Okay.
This game,
Yeah, it's not a game.
you're not ready for it.
It is not a game.
Now, when he
my
picked her
man.
up, he gave her a blue pill. She did not want to take it, and she asked, "Hey, what is this?" He said, "You'd like it." Now, she later found out it was ecstasy. That was the first time she had ever gotten high. Time had went by, and he kept giving her drugs that she did not want to take, but she refused in fear of no longer being able to please him and losing her record deal. Next thing she knew, she was in a full-on relationship with Diddy. He spent money on cars, apartments, clothing, everything she wanted, she had. Now, Diddy bought apartments right down the street from the homes that he was at. He bought an apartment in Los Angeles as well as New York, but this was so he can control her. He introduced her to a drug-filled lifestyle that kept her complacent and compliant. Diddy was on pain pills that were prescribed by a doctor, but when he ran out, he demanded that she go and procure more from a doctor in her own name. She didn't really want to. Now, Diddy wanted access to everything. Her day-to-day activities, her travel, and even her medical records were emailed to him. Now, there was a time she started experiencing memory loss, which was more than likely due to the drugs and the head injuries caused by him beating her. She went to the doctor and had an MRI, and the MRI was even sent to him. He asked what she called her grandfather, and she replied, Pop Pop. So Diddy wanted her to refer to him as that nickname, Pop Pop. Then there's a time that Diddy became enraged. They were doing drugs at his home, and one of his security came to the room and said that Suge Knight was down the street at Mel's Drive-In. Diddy ran into the safe and got multiple guns and ran out of his home where he thought Suge was. Now, we all see that little run out the house didn't take him nowhere. Now, did it? Now, over the decade of their time spent together, he would violently abuse her, leaving bruises on her body and leaving her in hotel for days where she would have to heal up. Now, he kicked and beat her so violently one time after a Jay-Z party that he ended up kicking her out of the car, leaving her to hail a cab back home. Now, in 2009, she was speaking to a music manager about helping her grow her career, and Diddy became enraged and once again got in his car and began stomping her in the face. Once the car stopped at Diddy's residence, Cassie tried to run away, but Diddy caught up to her and continued to kick her in the face. He realized how bad he had beat her and got her to a hotel in LA where she could heal. She recognized that she was powerless, and this man had a team that bowed down to him, and no one would tell him that he was doing wrong. She then became numb to the abuse after a while and became beholden and blindly followed his instructions in fear of another vicious beating. He often referred to their relationship as a Bobby and Whitney type of relationship, and he also told her that his fantasy was to see her with another penis. He invited a male sex worker into the home, and they all took drugs and they wore masquerade masks. He made her perform sexual acts on this man, and Diddy watched and masturbated and directed the acts that they would do next. Now, this one encounter lasted multiple days, and Diddy referred to this arrangement as a freak off or an FO. So whenever he wanted one, he'd tell Cassie that he wanted an FO, and she had to facilitate finding the sex worker and also finding the location. Now, sometimes Diddy would want these events to happen weekly. Now, Cassie was instructed to go on websites and different escort services to find these men, and Diddy instructed her to find ones with big black penises. Now, during these occasions, Cassie was given cocaine, ecstasy, ketamine, marijuana, alcohol, and it actually helped her to disassociate herself during these horrid encounters. Now, he would record these acts on his phone and his laptop, and she would go behind him and delete them, and thought that she was done. She'd never have to watch him, never have to see him, but this showed her just how powerless she was. Diddy actually made her watch one of the videos that she thought she deleted while on a plane ride home, and it just showed her that she definitely did not have any power in the situation. Now, sometimes Diddy would beat her in front of these sex workers, and she actually allowed it because she was living in fear of him. He also showered her with gifts in front of these sex workers. Now, in 2015, during her 29th birthday, she was having a birthday dinner, and Diddy asked her to leave and have an FO. She said no, she didn't want to do it. She was cornered by not only him, but his security as well, and forced out of the building and taken to the hotel where she did have to perform sexual acts with a male sex worker. She came back high. Diddy was high. Diddy ended up seeing one of her friends at a hotel and picked the friend up like a baby and dangled her over the hotel balcony, scaring her friends, but she was too inebriated to even say anything to him. Now, there were also moments in the relationship where she would try to leave, but then his network of friends and associates would only bring her back. Now, in 2011, during a break in their relationship, she started dating Kid Cudi for a brief moment. Now, Diddy was out of town and he asked her to come back for an FO. And because she was afraid of him, she decided to do it. Now, during that time, Diddy started going through her phone and he found her emails, and she had emails with Kid Cudi. Child, he got upset. He picked up a corkscrew and he lunged towards her. Now, in fear, she left and she went to Kid Cudi's house. Diddy's team contacted her and was like, look, you need to go back and talk to Diddy. He's going through. See what's wrong with him. Now, in fear that he was going to do something to Kid Cudi, she went back. And when she got back, Diddy beat the brakes off of her again. In 2012, during Fashion Week, Diddy contacted her and was like, look, I'm going to blow up Kid Cudi's car and I want to do it while his friends and family are there. Next thing you know, Kid Cudi's car ended up getting blown up. Now, in 2015, Cassie was filming this movie in Cape Town, and when she was filming the movie, she ended up finding this actor. She started dating him. Diddy found out about it. Diddy contacted the actor and threatened him, and the actor ended up contacting Cassie like, hey, you need to call Diddy. So that relationship was easily tarnished. In 2016, she had another FO with Diddy at the Intercontinental Hotel in Century City, Los Angeles, and during that time, Diddy got extremely inebriated again, and he punched her in her eye, giving her a black eye. He ended up going to sleep and she tried to exit the hotel quietly, but he ended up waking up, screaming at her, and he followed her down the hallway, yelling at her, and he grabbed some glass vases and he started throwing them at her, causing the glass to crash everywhere. She then got into the elevator and tried to escape. Now, she managed to make it downstairs to the lobby and she quickly ran out and hailed a cab. Then she started realizing this man is really going to be upset with me and things are only going to get worse. So she attempted to go back. And when she went back, the hotel staff was like, look, we saw the cameras. We saw everything that happened. Get back into the cab and go ahead and leave. So she ended up leaving. They are saying that Diddy paid the hotel $50,000 just for that security footage. So it shows you money can get you a lot more than what you thought. Now, she went to go stay with one of her friends in Florida, and James Cruz, who was the president of Bad Boy,
trying to solve the murders of 3 young girls in 1973.
We're now actively trying to find a serial killer.
Yeah, I'm about to log off the StreamYard.
CID here at the time.
I think,
This man
let's
is sick.
see.
He could kill again. We're taking a risk. It's a big one.
The killer is still out there.
Stop it! No, you stop it! What do you want?
Too many ghosts.
Ghosts need to be laid to rest, don't they?
Are you sick of having issues with your webinars, wasting tons of time on troubleshooting with attendees? If so, you need StreamYard On Air. Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce the launch of StreamYard On Air. StreamYard On Air is a live webinar platform. You can host a webinar, an event, or a live stream on StreamYard or embed it on your site. With a simple registration page, you can collect all of the emails and names of your viewers. Your attendees don't have to create an account and they don't have to download clunky webinar software. StreamYard On Air is redefining webinar stability. This means it's as stable as platforms like YouTube Live, but with all the features of a webinar platform. Use the same StreamYard Studio that you know and love to create a highly produced, amazing quality webinar. Are you looking to fully brand the experience for your viewers? You can choose to embed the webinar directly on your website. Chat embedding is coming soon. The StreamYard On Air live chat also integrates with StreamYard, of course, so you can engage with your attendees just like you're used to on social media and show these comments on screen. Let's create a webinar together. Click Create, then click On Air Webinar. Next, select a source for your webinar. I'm going to select the built-in StreamYard Studio. You can also use the pre-recorded video option if you've already recorded a video. Decide if you're just streaming to On Air or if you'd like to multi-stream to multiple platforms. Write the title and description for your webinar. Then select the date and time.